everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News are right here on YouTube. And in case you haven't heard, we've started up our Ecto-1 build series again here on the Ghostbusters News channel, and that is exactly what we're going to be doing here today as we kick off issue number 18. Now, as always, I like to remind everybody out there, if you'd like to start your very own build from Eaglemoss Hero Collector, we've got links right down below in the description. Click them, sign up today, and start building your very own Ecto-1, the same Ecto-1 that we're building in this video series. Now, that being said, I know what you've come to see. I know what I want to do. Let's go ahead, let's flip this camera around, and let's head on over to the build table. Alright, so welcome everybody back to the build table here today. Once again, we're going to be kicking off issue number 18 in today's video. And issue number 18 here is going to consist of stage 63 and 64. And it looks like 63 here, our first step is going to be the latitude and longitude processors. Which, let me go ahead and bring in stage 63 here. We got some very long strips, some small little pieces here. Yeah, let's go ahead and tear into the bag here. So it looks like for our first step, we're going to be fitting the latitude and longitude processor here. So we need this very, very long strip here. There we go. Make sure we have it right. And then we are then going to start attaching these little kind of rectangles to it, which I believe it's these little pieces right here. Let me just go ahead and size this up. Yeah, everything just kind of clips in here. There's little holes, little pegs. There we go. Let's go ahead and do the same for the other one here. Awesome. So there we go. So that's in place. Both of those are in place. But to further secure it, we are going to run 2 AP screws through the bottom here. Okay, so both of those are now screwed in there and in place. From there, our next step is going to be taking these smaller kind of rectangular looking pieces and doing pretty much the exact same thing with them. There's like little kind of holes and pegs that they'll fit into here. There we go for one. Let's go ahead and pop the other one in here. There we go for that one. And much like these pieces here, we're going to secure these in place using 2 more AP screws. Okay, now we got those 2 AP screws in place there. We're just about done fitting everything to the latitude longitude processor. Our last little piece here is this, once again, another kind of like a little square box. And yeah, for that, obviously it just goes right on the end here, and we're going to secure this in place using, once you know it, 1 more AP screw. Okay, so that is good to go now. The next step here is actually just going to be installing this into the back end of the Ecto-1, into that cargo area. And actually, let's go ahead and bring in the cargo area here. You can see on the back end, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 holes right there. So all we really have to do, there's 4 kind of like little pegs at the bottom here. We're just gonna line those up here. Make sure we got it right. There we go. Awesome. And then from there, we're just gonna run 1, 2, 3, 4 more AP screws in there. And with that screw going in place there, that finishes off stage number 63. And now that we're actually getting into like the gadgetries of the Ecto-1, I mean, I've already talked about this, build so highly in the past, but I cannot recommend it enough. As I said at the top of the video, we've got a link down below in the description where if you want to start your very own Eaglemoss Hero Collector build, click that link in the description and yeah, order your very first issue today and start your very own build. You are not going to regret it. Now coming up next, we've got stage 64 here, the control boxes and gurney rails. So let's go ahead and bring in stage 64. As you can see, we got, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the gurney rails there. Oh man, I just realized I'm going to eventually get to build a gurney as part of this. That makes me way too excited. But yeah, let's go ahead and tear into to stage 64 here. All right, so for the first part of stage 64, it looks like we're actually going to be fitting some control boxes to the Ecto already. So it looks like, let me go ahead and grab these 2 control boxes. One is this long one right here, and then we have got this other smaller gray one here. And then from there, let's go ahead and bring in, once again, the back cargo bay area of the Ecto. And it looks like for this larger one here, it's just going to kind of like fasten. There's a couple of holes. Yeah, a couple holes on the side. It just kind of goes right in there. And we're going to be securing that in place using, what is it here? AP screws. All right, so I just ran the 2 AP screws in the back of there, and as you can see right now, we do have one of the control boxes, the larger control box, installed. From there, the next control box installation looks pretty easy. We have 2 holes here on the control box here. There's 2 holes there, wouldn't you know it? And then, yeah, you just kind of nestle that down in there, and yeah, we're going to run 2 more AP screws up through the bottom. All right, so screws have been ran through there. We've got the secondary control box now in place. From there, we are going to have to now add the track to the back of the cargo area here. It looks like this is going to be pretty easy to do. We just kind of pop it in place. Well, not really pop it in place, but we're going to put them in place there. And then each one of these pieces of track, they include 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes in them, which means we are then just going to run 5 more AP screws through each one of these. So that is going to be 20 AP screws in total here. I'm just spacing it out. I'm getting excited. Once again, I'm loving the way that this Ecto-1 is turning out right here. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, give me a second and let me run those AP screws into there. All right, and with that, we've got our 20th screw in place there, which means both of the track lanes are now in place and they are secure. Now, coming up next, this is a stage I have been waiting for what feels like forever on. We're finally going to be installing the front dashboard into the front of the Ecto-1. I have no idea when I built this, man, it was months upon months upon months upon months ago. But once again, I'm so happy to finally be able to attach the dash into the Ecto here. And it looks like it'll be pretty easy to do so. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 little holes there. Now it looks like we're just going to line everything up. All right, so I think we're good there. Also, big thing to make sure is that all the electrical wires and everything, they're not being caught in between these 2 pieces. I almost did that, so yeah, make sure all the electrical wires, you know, are out and about, and you can still get to them there before you screw everything together. And speaking of screws, we got ourselves a little bag here of IP screws. Let's go ahead and undo these, and yeah, run those 4 screws in here. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we got that in there, so we are looking good. That is pretty secure, but there's actually 4 more screws that we're actually gonna have to run through the bottom of the Ecto. And hopefully you can see them here. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once again, 4 more screws to go in to further secure the dashboard in place. So let's go ahead and run those in there right now. All right, so dashboard is now in place, and oh, I got chills. That looks so good. And once again, I've been waiting for so long to finally get that piece all connected. And I really cannot wait to actually get, you know, this body here attached to the actual Ecto-1 frame. And if you can't wait for that, be sure to keep watching Ghostbusters News here on YouTube, as we, of course, are going to continue with these 1/8 scale Hero Collector Eagle Moss build videos. Okay, now I gotta say, I love the way that track looks in the back end of the Ecto-1, and I want to give everybody out there a heads up. Our next video here, as part of the Ecto-1 build series, it's going to all be about electronics. You're taking a sneak peek right now. You are not going to want to miss the next video because it's going to contain lights and sounds. As always, if you'd like to start your very own Ecto-1 build, we've got a link right down below in the description. Click it, sign up today, and start building the very same Ecto-1 that we're building in this video series. So that's all I've got for you here right now. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube. Bust that bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening within the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page, and I'll see everybody right back here next time.
Let's go! Yeah, there's something strange coming out to play, and I'm noticing effects of it night and day. So I'm picking up the phone, they're a dial away. Heard that they ain't afraid of no ghosts. No one had orange reaching out of his torso to militarize zones on with Finn's boy, though. Just got a call in an Ecto cool. Grab your tools, it's time to fight Zool. This proton charge should go run you extra. The storage of the beast, hope you brought your checkbook. You might want a warranty in case it happens down the line. Everybody's going down in time. Remember, you are not alone. Got a problem that needs solving, just pick up the phone. They'll answer, dial that number, do it on your own. Not tonight, baby, you need the professionals. Yeah.
Pick up your phone and call the professionals. Ghostbusters.